Hello everyone, I am back. My name is Vanessa Walker. The name of my channel is Gnostic Knowledge. And what I am doing on this channel is simply reading from a book. But the book is phenomenal and I think everyone should read this book. It'll give you insight to things that you never could imagine or even thought. Maybe you've thought about it. I'm not going to say you haven't, but the information that's contained in this book is awesome. And the name of this book is Letters and Numbers, and I am going to continue reading chapter 4 of this book. And the young man that wrote this book, his name is Zachary K. Hubbard. You can obtain the book Letters and Numbers from his YouTube channels. He has two: Gematria Effect News and Gematria Effect Sports. And in the description of each video that he produces, there's links in that in those videos to certain different merchandise, but the book is $5 and there is a link to buy the book there, Letters and Numbers. This book is a PDF file, and it's the best $5 you'll ever spend in your lifetime. But it comes in a PDF file. There's over 700 pages in this book, and it took him 5 years to write the book. And so when you order the book, it'll come via email, and you would open the file and you will save it to wherever you read your documents on. You know, if you want to save it in your document file, you can. If you want to save it to your Kindle or save it to your iBooks, you know, whatever device you're using, you would save the book there. And he purposefully left the copyright off the book so that you can go and have the book made into a book if you like, for your own personal library. But having it in a PDF format is awesome because there's so many pages in this book. You can any information that you're searching for, you simply click on the page or tap the page, and the search bar comes up, and you type in the information you're looking for, and it gives you a list, and you click on it or touch it, and it takes you directly to that piece of information that you're looking for. So having it in an electronic format is awesome. He also wrote a second book called Number Games, and you can obtain that book from his website. He has a web page, a blog page actually, and it's called GematriaEffect.news. And when you get to that blog page, the first thing you see is the advertising for the book Number Games, and the information for ordering that book is below, is in there below the advertising for the book. And this book will be in paperback format, so you can order that there, and that book will be mailed to you. You have to pre-order it, I do believe. But anyway, the information is just phenomenal, and every human being on this planet should know this information, because it is hidden knowledge, and it has been kept from the common folk like us, you know. There are a few YouTube channels that I would like to recommend that you watch, and one would be Simple Truth Television. Simple Truth does YouTube videos, and he decodes the news and sports. Chigozy Truth, he decodes the news. A lot of his decodes are done live on YouTube. Kayla, her name's Kayla, Kayla.DecodeTalker. She has a YouTube channel, and that's the name of it, and she's relatively new, but she decodes the news as well, and she's really good at it, and I'm sure she's going to get better as she progresses and the more videos that she does. Who else? Derek. There's a young man by the name of Derek. Derek built a web page called Gematrinator.com, and it is a calculator, because Gematria is the encoding of numbers into our letters. Our letters are in fact numbers, so every word we speak has a numerical value. So this calculator is awesome. All of these things can be done by hand, you know, the different ciphers. But with the calculator, it makes the work so much easier. And there's a lot of different functions on this web page that you can use. There's he also has a tab called blogs, and there are other people there that you can discover as well that's in the truth community that's also spreading the knowledge of gematria. And you can, yeah, so that would be a good thing to do. You know, check out that gematrinator.com and familiarize yourself with the calculator. Okay, the last video I did, I was reading in chapter 4, and I stopped at the Jewish gematria cipher. So I am going to start with this cipher again, so that when I move to the next paragraph, it'll be in context of what I'm talking about, and so you can have a better understanding. And like I said, you know, I'm going to be reading this book. There's over 700 pages. I'm just at chapter 4, and so I'm going to read as much as I can, hopefully on a day-to-day basis until I'm finished. And hopefully, you know, I'm hoping that I'm clear enough in the reading that you understand what I'm saying, and that you can get a gist of what this book is about. And I hope it prompts you to go and get your own copy of the book and read it and share it with people you know. And as fascinating as it is, I've shared this information with many people that just don't see the significance in it, and that is just what's so amazing to me, that people don't care or don't understand it. But I think if you just took the time to read it, because it's not rocket science, it's very simple. Evil, but it's very simple what they're doing, and once you grasp it, you can see through everything. I mean, who doesn't want to know that their history is a lie? It is a lie. It's all manufactured. It is all orchestrated by an alphanumeric code. And that is 1,000,000% true. And they are using the Bible to do it. They're using the Bible as a playbook. It would be no different than me sitting down and watching a movie of the 10 Commandments. We are all actors in a movie that we're not even getting paid to perform in. It is just amazing what they've done, and I'm just hoping that the world wakes up to it. The common folk like myself, we wake up to what is actually being done, and hopefully things will change in due time. Okay, I am going to start on page 59, and I left off with the Jewish gematria cipher. So I am going to repeat the letters and their corresponding number next to it. Okay? Jewish gematria. The letter A represents number 1. B is 2. C is 3. D is 4. E is 5. F is 6. G is 7. H is 8. I is 9. J is 600. K is 10. L is 20. M 30. N 40. O 50. P 60. Q 70. R 80. S 90. T 100. U 200. V 700. W 900. X 300. Y 400. And Z is 500. Okay. As absurd as this cipher might look, it is full of meaning, and possibly the most relevant of the ciphers you will learn in this chapter. As was mentioned last chapter, the word Masonic sums to 223 in this cipher, a number and relationship worth memorizing. Again, 223 is the 48th prime number. And in both Hebrew and in English, Freemason sums to 48. In English, the word Illuminati also equates to 48. And 223 and 48 are numbers we will come across routinely as we progress. Where the significance of 223 originates is a Saros, S-A-R-O-S, a measurement for predicting eclipses, and how modern science is able to be so accurate with such calculations, as each eclipse is working on a perfect pattern, that is 223 synodic months. As mentioned, the mathematics behind the language are in tribute to the real-world phenomenon taking place, especially in relation to time. Again, the Freemasons are the masters of knowledge, including that of the sun, moon, stars, spirituality, and most definitely language. Okay, as mentioned, Masonic equates to 223. So the letter M would be 30, the letter A 1, the letter S 90, the letter O 50, the letter N 40, the letter I 9, the letter C 3. So 30 plus 1 plus 90 plus 50 plus 40 plus 9 plus 3 equates to 223. Masonic in the Jewish cipher equates to 223. The Synagogue of Satan equates to 223 in the ordinal cipher. In light of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, being large and in charge when it comes to the code, you will notice that MAC, MC, MAC, is 30 plus 3, which equates to 33. Go figure. On a related note, in reduction gematria, ancestry also sums to 33. As we'll get to, it is the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry in control of police throughout the United States of America and much of the modern world. In Jewish gematria, the word police sums to 147, a number special to Freemasonry, as we began to learn last chapter, and in reduction, police is 33. Okay, so now on the next page he has the word police. So I'm going to give you the numbers that represents the word police. So P is 60, O is 50, L is 20, I is 9, C is 3, E is 5. So 60 plus 50 plus 20 plus 9 plus 3 plus 5 equates to 147. So police is 147. Okay. Another number worth recognizing from this cipher is 118, representing the word death. On February 15th, 2016, I uploaded a video to YouTube telling Prince, the musician, that I hope he found my video and he better watch his behind, or he was going to end up dead like his ex-girlfriend, who had been reported dead earlier that day. Before the 58th Grammys, Purple Rain equals 58 in the reduction cipher. In the video, I explained how the numbers 118 and 67 were coded on him, both faithful and both connected to ritualistic killing, as you will learn in the chapter on murder by numbers. The name of a song by the Police from 1983, where in the lyrics they teach you that killing is as simple as learning your ABCs. Even better, there's another band called Slipknot, and they have a track called Gematria, the Killing Name. Regarding Prince, to make a long story short, he was found dead 67 days later. 67 days from the death of Vanity, April 21st, in the elevator of his home. Death equates to 118 in Jewish. Elevator equates to 118 in reverse ordinal cipher. Prince equates to 38. Rogers equates to 46. Nelson equates to 34. Prince, Rogers, Nelson together, 38 plus 46 plus 34 equates to 118. So, but when you have it Prince, Rogers, Nelson, it equals 118 in the reduction cipher with the letter S equating to 10. FYI, for your information, his birthday was June 7th, which he died 47 days short of, the number representing time in ordinal. Think about Prince and the time. Prince's first album was For You, and on his best-selling album, Purple Rain, a hit song recorded in 1983, 33 years before his death, that is well remembered, goes, I Would Die For You. But if you look at the way the track is spelled, it is I Would Die with the number 4 and the letter U. Consider that U is the 21st letter, and Prince was found dead April 21st, or 4/21, a lot like For You, the number 4 and the U, and similar to For You, his first album. There's a lot more to the story we'll get to in due time. This same cipher will blow you away when it comes to September 11th, 2001. I'm going to save some goodies for you. I'm going to save some goodies for the chapter on the subject, but I'll give you a big chunk of meat right now. The Jewish holy day of remembrance for the destruction of the two temples, Solomon's and Herod's, which supposedly were both destroyed on the same day of the Jewish calendar year, 657 years apart, is known as Tisha B'Av. So I'm going to read that one more time. The Jewish holy day of remembrance for the destruction of the two temples, Solomon's and Herod's, which supposedly were both destroyed on the same day of the Jewish calendar year, 657 years apart, is known as Tisha B'Av. Using this cipher, Tisha B'Av sums to 9/11, and Tisha B'Av is spelled Tishab'Av. Okay, so using this cipher, Tisha B'Av sums to 9/11, very similar to how we express the date in the United States, 9/11. Okay, for your history bank, the Babylonians in 587 BCE, before Christ era, sacked Solomon's temple, and the Romans destroyed Herod's temple in 70 CE, the Christ era, after the Jewish rebellion of 66 CE. In both instances, all those years apart, the temples were destroyed on what is known as the 9th of Av. For a bit more history, it was 1968, 33 years before September 11th, 2001, that 9/11 was made the National Emergency Dialing Code. WTC construction, World Trade Center, construction began, and George W. Bush graduated from Yale's Skull and Bones. Not by chance, Bush II has birth numerology of 33, and the title Bonesman, a name given to Yale's Skull and Bones alumni, equates to 33 in reduction. Let us not forget that in 2004, when he was running for re-election as president, his opposition was John Kerry, who was also a part of Skull and Bones, the society only allowing 15 new members per year. Highly exclusive. It was Tim Russert of NBC's Meet the Press who exposed this fact and who died later in history by the code. We'll get to it. Now, let us decode Tisha B'Av. So, Tisha B'Av in the Jewish cipher. T is 100, I is 9, S 90, H is 8, A is 1, B 2, A 1, V 700. So when you add 100 plus 9 plus 90 plus 8 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 700, you get 911, like 9/11. If you want to get ahead of the curve, try Al-Qaeda terrorist attack using this same cipher. I bet you can take an educated guess at what number it sums to. I'll give you a hint. It's the same as jihadists, Jihadists. So jihadists or jihadists, and division. Also important, the 9th of Av is the 9th day of the 5th month, which is expressed commonly as 5/9, something like 59. In Jewish gematria, the word kill equates to 59, and this is one to remember because a lot of people have been 86th by this exact number, especially those of darker complexions, and we'll cover why in the race war chapter. This also ties in with the 2 temples being destroyed on this date in history. So in the meantime, I am going to look up the word Al-Qaeda and give you what the numerical value of it is in the Jewish gematria. So let's whip out the handy calculator and go to ciphers, select Jewish. All right. Let me close the ciphers here, and I am going to type in Al-Qaeda. Qaeda. Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda terrorist attack is what I have to type in. Qaeda. Yep, I got it. Terrorist. Terrorist. Terrorist attack. Attack. And in Jewish gematria, it in fact equals 9/11. And let me see if I can turn it where you guys can see it. But biggest day, Al-Qaeda terrorist attack equates to 9/11 in the Jewish cipher, the purple. Okay. And I'm going to also, let me see. Right. Anywho, that's how it the calculator works. So I just want you to see, and that calculator is awesome. But anywho, I want to read the last part of this paragraph for my brothers and sisters. And what if you go and purchase this book, I would suggest reading the first few chapters to get the understanding of how gematria works. Then go and read chapter 18, the purposeful race war. And as a matter of fact, the word race equates to 18. I'm going to show you that really quickly here. I mean, this information is just mind-blowing. RACE. In the blue full reduction cipher, race equates to 18, and that is the reason why Zachary K. Hubbard made chapter 18 about race, the purposeful race wars. My goodness, that information. I have read a lot of that chapter. But yes, you know, if you do yourself a favor and get this book, get the knowledge, understand it. But anyway, I'm going to start over. Also important, the 9th of Av is the 9th day of the 5th month, which is expressed commonly as 5/9. Okay? 5th month, 9th day. Something like 59. In Jewish gematria, the word kill equates to 59. And this is one to remember because a lot of people have been 86th by this exact number, especially those of darker complexions. And we'll cover why in the race war chapter. This also ties in with the 2 temples being destroyed on this day in history. Kill equates to 59. 59 is the 17th prime number, and kill also equates to 17 in reduction. Another one of the most important values from this cipher is the output of 144 for the word time. Think about this number in regards to the way we measure time. Each day has 1,440 minutes. 24 hours times 60. Wow. Further, the square root of 144 is 12. Something like 12 months in a year and 12 hours in the AM and PM. In addition to time, summing to 144, so does the word light, as well as the word nadis, N-A-D-I-S, which are important to Hinduism and measured in quantities of 72,000, as well as 144,000 like the tribes of Israel from Revelation, which are also 144,000 in number. Time equates to 144. Light equates to 144. Nadis equates to 144. Something else you must know is Star Spangled Banner equates to 666 in this cipher, the Jewish cipher. This little pop-up keeps coming up. Move this over here for a minute. Okay. Now let me find my spot again here. Okay, something else you must know is Star Spangled Banner equates to 666 in this cipher. Making this all the more fascinating is that if you use the 4 base ciphers, Star Spangled Banner sums to 73 in reduction, 107 in reverse reduction, 190 in ordinal, and 296 in reverse ordinal. Then if you add these 4 values, 73 plus 107 plus 190 plus 296, the outcome is 666. When you factor in the July 4th birthday of the United States of America, or 47, not too far off from 47, the number symbolizing beast, things become all the more interesting. Another important point to know about the United States of America in light of Jewish gematria is that the name of the nation sums to 929 in this cipher, matching the number of chapters in the Old Testament. Consider, in reduction gematria, United States and Old Testament both equate to 40 as well. It is riddles such as this that prove beyond a shadow of a doubt what group of people truly established this nation, and by what code. Of course, that code is of letter and numbers, and being derived from Kabbalah, as we learned, which is of extreme importance to Freemasonry. Wow. For one last example of Jewish gematria, and to further the point I just made, notice that the word garden sums to 137 using the cipher. Consider, the Bible begins in the Garden of Eden, a story from Genesis summing to 33 in reduction, which means in the beginning, summing to 137 in ordinal, where 137 is the 33rd prime number. As we decode, keep in mind the source code of this numerical language behind English is no doubt the Torah, which begins with Genesis, and in Hebrew, Kabbalah sums to 137, where the knowledge was derived from to construct the Torah as it is written. Wow. As we decode, keep in mind the source code of this numerical language behind English is no doubt the Torah, which begins with Genesis, and in Hebrew, Kabbalah sums to 137, where the knowledge was derived from to construct the Torah as it is written. Garden equates to 137. Next up is what is known as English Extended Gematria. This cipher is a direct tribute to Hebrew traditional and Greek traditional and bears much fruit. In the chapter ahead on the Greeks, I will introduce you to their alphabet and coding system, which is very similar to the Hebrew system we acquainted ourselves with in the second chapter. The chart for English Extended Gematria is as follows. English Extended Cipher. A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, D equals 4, E equals 5, F equals 6, G equals 7, H equals 8, I equals 9, J equals 10, K equals 20, L equals 30, M equals 40, N equals 50, O equals 60, P equals 70, Q equals 80, R equals 90, S equals 100, T equals 200, U equals 300, V equals 400, W equals 500, X equals 600, Y equals 700, and Z equals 800. This is the same cipher religion equates to 260 in. Also related, as we covered last chapter, 666 is a biblical number, and again, this code of letters and numbers is absolutely biblical in itself. One more time, it is Johann Gutenberg, credited with the first published Bible. Let's now decode the name Gutenberg for another 666 to add to the collection. So the word Gutenberg, G equals 7, U equals 300, T equals 200, E equals 5, N equals 50, B equals 2, E equals 5, R equals 90, and G equals 7. So when you add 7 plus 300 plus 200 plus 5 plus 50 plus 2 plus 5 plus 90 plus 7, you get 666. Wow. The word business also sums to 666. And as we know, religion is big business. Absolutely. I just mentioned the scene from the film Network where Ned Beatty's character is signing 666 with his fingers while talking about dollar signs and the world being a business. Let us not forget, we just uncovered how dollar sign equates to 666 as well. Business equates to 666 in the English Extended Cipher. In recent history, we saw Mr. Chicago Mr. Sex Sales, Hugh Hefner, died at age 91 on September 27th, 2017, which was the Jesuit order's birthday. An order established September 27th, 1540, a date with numerology of 91. Picture him in his red and black smoking jacket. Those colors are the same as the Jesuits. Chicago, where he called home, a city with major Masonic, Jesuit, and Zionist affiliations, only to be outdone by New York in the United States, is one having 91 gematria in this cipher as well. On the same day he died at 91, the Chicago Cubs clinched their division with their 91st win, which is the 13th triangular number. All part of the script, more in sync than a 90s boy band. More in sync than a 90s boy band. Zach, you are funny. Chicago equates to 91. For some extra calculating, practice with this cipher. For some extra calculating practice with this cipher, the word religion sums to 260, as mentioned. As we covered, the number 260 matches the number of chapters in the New Testament. As we learned in the opening chapter, discussing the significance of the 26 letters in the English alphabet and the roots of the code. Religion equates to 260. And in gematria, you would ignore pretty much the 0, 26, and that is God, the God number, 26. Okay. Also of significance, the word time. Excuse me. My ear. Okay. Also of significance, the word time in this cipher sums to 254. And September 11th in non-leap years is the 254th day of the year. This is a number that shows up again and again in false flag rituals. As mentioned multiple times already, the code largely points back to time. So the numbers relating to time behind the alphabet are of great importance. Time equates to 254 in the English Extended Cipher. Light equates to 254. Think about time and light. In ordinal gematria, Saturn, the keeper of time, which is what the planet is known as to the occult, also equates to 254. Recall, you just learned Saturn sums to 93. And again, as we'll get to, the 93 World Trade Center bombing was perfectly coordinated with September 11th, 2001. Saturn equates to 93. V equates to 33. Keeper equates to 60. Of equates to 21. Time equates to 47. So the phrase Saturn, the keeper of time, equates to 254 in the ordinal cipher. Another good decode in this cipher is the word God. In ordinal, Zeus sums to 71. And in English Extended, God does too. At the same time, in reduction, God totals 17, the reflection of 71. Remember, this cipher pays tribute to the Greeks. God equates to 71 in English Extended. Zeus sums to 71 in the ordinal cipher. Wow. To build on our appreciation of how these ciphers work together, I want to show you what I call the Ohio State Buckeyes example. If you're not aware, the Ohio State Buckeyes are the college known for their athletics. Ohio is also known as the Buckeye State. We'll begin by decoding Ohio State with the English extended cipher. Then decode Ohio with Jewish gematria, followed by Buckeyes with the Francis Bacon cipher, followed by Buckeye with the reverse ordinal cipher, keeping in mind that the number 643 is the 117th prime number. We'll also examine the Godfather in ordinal, the nickname of LeBron James, the Ohio native, and star basketball player of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay. Ohio State equates to 643 in English extended. 643 is the 117th prime number. Ohio equates to 117 in the Jewish gematria cipher. Buckeyes equates to 117 in Francis Bacon cipher. Buckeye equates to 117 in the reverse ordinal cipher. The Godfather equates to 117 in the ordinal cipher. Now let's transition to satanic gematria. And I don't mean to scare you away with the name. It is titled this for a very specific reason, paying tribute to 666, the number of the beast. Satanic gematria is almost the same as the ordinal gematria, but instead of starting with 1 and counting up to 26, you begin with 36 and count up to 61. So A in the satanic cipher, A is 36, B 37, C 38, D 39, E 40, E 40 the rapper. Okay, I'm about to check that out. F 41, G 42, H 43, I 44, J 45, K 46, L 47, M 48, N 49, O 50, P 51, Q 52, R 53, S 54, T 55, U 56, V 57, W 58, X 59, Y 60, and Z 61. Absolutely, I noticed it. Notice right away G equates to 42 in this cipher, just as it does in Sumerian gematria. One more time, Freemason equates to 42 in the reduction method, and the Freemason logo showcases the G right in the center. But more important than that is what happens when you write out satanic gematria using this cipher. Before decoding, and on the subject of 42 and Freemason, you should know that if you take the numbers dividing into 42 and add them together, they sum to 96. And the divisors of 42 are 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 6 plus 7 plus 14 plus 21 plus 42 equals 96. Okay, so at least now we know how we got to 96. But so moving right along, using ordinal gematria, the words Freemason, satanic each equate to 96 as well, and using Jewish gematria, which we just learned, the word free alone is also 96. Now, those points aside, let's decipher satanic gematria using the satanic gematria cipher. So satanic, S is 54, A is 36, T is 55, A is 36, N is 49, I is 44, and C is 38. So 54 plus 36 plus 55 plus 36 plus 49 plus 44 plus 38 equates to 312. Gematria. G is 42, E is 40, M is 48, A is 36, T 55, R is 53, I is 44, and A is 36. So 42 plus 40 plus 48 plus 36 plus 55 plus 53 plus 44 plus 36 equates to 354. So satanic gematria, 312 plus 354 equates to 666. Amazing. As we covered, the number 666 is the 36th triangular number, meaning if you add the numbers 1 through 36 together, they total 666. Here in this cipher, A is 36. Also, the biggest number in the cipher is Z, which is number 61. One more time. The number 61 is the 18th prime number, and 18 factors into 6 plus 6 plus 6. Ask yourself, could it be any more perfect? If you write out 66 books, it also sums to 666 in this cipher. What is the length of most Bibles? 66. Equally as interesting, first 5 books sums to 666, which are in reference to the Torah, where the Kabbalah code originates, that brings the relevance to letters, numbers, and their respective coding. Personally, observing this, it makes me think that the reason 26 letters was chosen for the English alphabet was for this exact reason, to make these calculations possible. Consider, in the Bible, a book of coded numbers, it is 666 that is put in the reader's face in the 66th book, and has been made infamous because of the mystery and intrigue surrounding it. Wow. In this same cipher, please know, time sums to 187, a number that is large and in charge, as we covered. It represents Elohim, as well as the beginning and the end. What is time? When we get to our chapter on ritualistic killing, we'll discover how this same number has marked the end of many people's time, if you dig what I'm saying. Wow. Also worth mentioning is that Donald Trump had his GOP convention in Ohio a span of 187 days from Inauguration Day in 187 land, Washington, D.C. Time equates to 187, as well as Ohio 187 in the English extended cipher. Another important value to remember from the satanic code, because I think we're in the satanic cipher. So yes, time 187, Ohio 187, and just to be sure, I'm sure that's what he means, the satanic cipher, I will type this in. So let me look for the satanic cipher here. Actually, I'll just select all ciphers and type in, okay, there's satanic, so let me type in time. T-I-M-E, yep, 187 in the satanic, as well as Ohio, O-H-I-O. Oops, come on. O-H-I. Ohio, yes, 187 in the satanic cipher. Wow. Another important value to remember from satanic gematria is that death equates to 213 in this cipher, which we will learn is found around ritualistic killing time and time again. Tupac Shakur is possibly the best example in the history books for this pattern, but only one of many. In his case, he released his last studio album while alive called All Eyes on Me, February 13th, or 2/13, as it is written in the United States. And then he passed away September 13th, exactly 213 days later. Keep in mind, February is Black History Month, and using ordinal, the name sums to 213. He was killed due to complications from a drive-by shooting, summing to 213 in reverse ordinal. Even better, if you have seen the film that shares the title All Eyes on Me, it begins with his mother, the Black Panther, a name that equates to 213 in reverse ordinal, and not by accident. This is just amazing. This is crazy. Death equates to 213. Death equates to 213. D is 39. E is 40. A is 36. T 55. H 43. So 39 plus 40 plus 36 plus 55 plus 43 equates to 213. As was mentioned earlier, Holy Bible also sums to 405 in this cipher, not too far off from the gematria of 45, which Holy Bible equates to in reduction and reverse reduction. Don't forget the riddles with this number and Gutenberg, as well as King James either. And just for good measure, Shakespeare sums to 405 in the English extended cipher, which we just learned. Also in Satanic, it is this cipher where Catholic sums to 351, the 26th triangular number. What I want you to grasp is all of these coding systems are interrelated. And when you work with them, you see just how remarkable they are. It is awe-inspiring and the product of thousands of years of application, predating the existence of English. Wow. By the way, please use the website gematrinator.com, spelled GEMATRINATOR.com, gematrinator.com, where you can load up all of these ciphers at once, type in a word, and instantly compute all values. Now, let us transition to the next two ciphers, which I will teach at once. They are known as septenary gematria and Chaldean gematria, and have many parallels. Alrighty. The septenary cipher. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, E is 5, F is 6, G is 7, H 6. That's amazing. F is 6, G is 7, then H is 6, I is 5, J is 4, K is 3, L is 2, M is 1, N is 1, O is 2, P is 3, Q 4, R 5, S equals 6, T equals 7, U equals 6, V equals 5, W equals 4, X is 3, and Y is 2, and Z is 1. Wow. The Chaldean cipher, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, E 5, F 8, G 3, H 5, I 1, J 1, K 2, L 3, M 4, N 5, O 7, P 8, Q 1, R 2, S equals 3, T 4, U 6, V 6, W 6, 6, 6, 6, X 5, Y 1, and Z is 7. Ooh, that's my back. What I can tell you about these ciphers is quite frequently a given word will equate to the exact same values in both ciphers, as different as they might appear. I have only been working with these ciphers for less than a year's time at the writing of this book, but again and again, the numbers they generate are so pertinent to the topic I am often researching. For example, in chapter 2, we learned how 47 was a very special number to Washington D.C. Excuse me, I'm going to reread that sentence. For example, in chapter 2, we learned how 47 was a very special number to Washington, D.C. Easily the most relevant number to the city out of all numbers. By no surprise, using both septenary and Chaldean, Washington, D.C. equates to 47. Washington, D.C. equates to 47 in septenary, and Washington, D.C. equates to 47 in the Chaldean cipher. On a related note, knowing that there are 47 degrees on the Freemasons' compasses and the Masonic headquarters, the House of the Temple, is located in D.C., it is important to mention that many former members of Masonry who have climbed to the highest ranks have discovered that in the upper echelons, the fraternity is completely satanic and quickly aborted ship. Using both methods, Satanic Temple also equates to 47. In the ordinal cipher, the word beast also sums to 47. Here is wisdom. And here is where I am going to end the reading in chapter 4 on page 65. And I will continue hopefully tomorrow reading the rest of chapter 4. But in the meantime, if you come across this channel, please give it a like and share it, and share the information. Support Zachary K. Hubbard's channel. He has 2, Gematria Effect News and Gematria Effect Sports. Go on his YouTube channel. Order the book, Letters and Numbers. You will not be disappointed with the information you're going to find out. Well, you might be. I mean, sometimes I find myself wanting to cry. And I'd be so angry sometimes. But it's still freeing. It is better to know than not know. Also, be sure that you go on his blog page at GematriaEffect.news and order his latest book. Pre-order it. It is called Number Games, and all the information for ordering that book is on that blog page, and the first thing you see is the advertisement for the book Number Games. So I hope you've enjoyed the reading, at least enough for you to have your interest piqued enough to go and purchase the book Letters and Numbers. You guys have a nice evening. My name is Vanessa Walker, and this is Gnostic Knowledge. Take care. Have a good evening.